Hey friends, it's Haley, and today I'm excited to tell you all the things that I read in August. August was a really good reading month for me. I read a lot of good things that I liked. It may not be as many books as some other people would read, but it was a really good month for me. So I'm really proud of it, and I'm really excited to share with you. So I'm just going to get on into it. The first book I read was Everybody Always by Bob Goff. This is a book about Bob Goff's life. It's a memoir type book. He talks about lessons he's learned from stories in his life and things that he's lived through. And it's all about how we should love everybody always. That in the Bible, God doesn't make exceptions on who we can love. We are supposed to love, as Christians, we're supposed to love everybody always. And so he just talks about his experience with that and how he's grown in his love for others, how we can all try to love the people around us better, and what is the love like Jesus really look like. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I know being on BookTube, it's not going to appeal to everybody, but I just wanted to share whether I read it. I'm trying not to say as much. I say all the time, especially in these videos. Bob Goff has a really nice way of telling his stories, and it's a poetic writing style. Not poetic. It's a very simple way of speaking or writing, but with very profound elements into it. There's a lot of things that I've been thinking about since I've read this, and I finished this at the beginning of August. It's something that I think will stick with me for a really long time. But his writing is just very, I would say, just very simple, but good. But just not, there's not a lot of fluff or frill. It's just straight on what you need to know and why you should know it. And I really enjoyed that about Bob Goff. So I gave that 5 out of 5 stars, if I didn't say that already. The next book I read is a book that I checked out on ebook from my library, so I'll stick a picture here. I read Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli, and this one I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. This book follows, and I don't remember his name, a boy who is in high school, and a girl named Stargirl, or who is called Stargirl, starts coming to the high school, and it kind of shakes the whole community up and changes a lot of things within the school, a lot of things for the good. And it just he talks about his relationship with her, and it's just a really cute story. I read it for the first time. I know it's really popular amongst like book people, the book community, and I really enjoyed it. I just thought it was, in this time of my life, it was a really, even though I think it's catered for younger people, I felt like it was really important for me to read at this time in my life, and I feel like a lot of people can gain a lot of stuff from this book. It talks about differences and I feel like going along with Everybody Always, the Bob Goff book, is just like loving people for who they are and like accepting people. And just because someone's different from you doesn't mean that they don't have a unique thing to bring to the table or into a community or whatever. So I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was really cute, and yeah, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This is the next book I read. It is, I hope you can kind of see, it's kind of glary. The $1,000 Tan Line by Rob Thomas and Jennifer Graham. This is a Veronica Mars book based off the TV series. If you don't know, Veronica Mars when it starts out, Veronica Mars is a teen detective, and she's like a Nancy Drew type of and she solves crime in her community. And her dad was once the sheriff, but out of sad circumstances, he is now just a PI, or he is a PI, and so she helps him run his business. And so this is a continuation of the TV series, and I was reading this so that I could get ready for the new season on Hulu, which has been out since like July. But yeah, so I read this. So this is a reread for me. I read it when it first came out in 2015. I gave this time 3 out of 5 stars. There was aspects of it I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the mystery. I really enjoyed learning about what the characters are after when we last saw them. And I really enjoyed that aspect. I didn't like the writing style. I felt like it was very juvenile in ways, but in other ways, like, it wasn't. So I don't know if it was catered to a younger audience. It just, the way that they explained what was going on in her head like the narration was really odd to me, and I just didn't like certain things about the story, and I wish I liked it more. But so I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed parts of it, but no, it wasn't like an all-time favorite book, and I probably won't read it again. The next book I read was also a reread, and I'll put it here because I've seemed to misplace it since I finished it, but it's What Happened to Goodbye by Sarah Dessen. This follows a girl who, I'm trying not to say, it's so hard. This follows a girl who her parents divorced under like circumstances, and so she decides to go live with her dad. Her dad travels places for his work. He doesn't stay in the same place, so she switches schools often. And since she's had this trouble with her mom, each place she goes, she picks up a new persona. She changes her name, and she like tries to be a different person. She tries to like escape the past. And so this follows like her story, and you know, obviously there's a boy she meets. But yeah, I really enjoyed this story. Her mom drove me crazy for a good portion of this book. When it came to the end, you kind of got some resolution in that though. And I really enjoyed the love interest, and I enjoyed a lot of this book revolves around a restaurant because her dad works in restaurants, and I liked that aspect. It was really good. I think I might have liked it better this time around than I did before, but I don't really remember. So I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. This is part, if you're new to my channel, I've been doing a reread that was supposed to take me about a year or a summer was my intent, and I'm probably on year 2 now. I'm trying to reread all of the Sarah Dessen books to get up to Once and For All, and then she recently came out with the rest of the story. Sorry, I'm like looking over my bookshelves. So I'm still trying to get through them. I've kind of slowed down on it, obviously, but I only have 2 more books and then I'll be all caught up. So I'm just chugging along. I probably won't be done with it, obviously, this summer since we're already into September. But yeah, I'm really enjoying reading them. I know some people have read them again and not enjoyed them as much, but I've really been liking them, and I've been really liking the experience. So the next book I read was another Veronica Mars book. This was a first time read for me because I had never read it, but this is Mr. Kiss and Tale by the same people, Rob Thomas and Jennifer Graham. This is just another mystery in the Veronica Mars series. Again, I liked it. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. There was just a lot of issues that I had with the writing. I just didn't vibe with it very well. And I honestly thought of like DNFing at one point. But I really wanted to finish it. And it wasn't that it was that bad. I just felt like it was just not great. And so I did enjoy the mystery. When I got to the end, I really liked it. I liked reading about the characters. This really had me intrigued, but I don't know if I'm making coherent sentences, but I liked it, but I just didn't love it. The next book I read, I listened to on audiobook, and that was Looking for Lovely by Annie F. Downs. This is a story of like her, and again, it's a nonfiction book of her talking about deciding to look for the lovely in her life, and I found it really powerful, and I really enjoyed it. I liked all of her stories. I liked listening to an audiobook form because she talks about it, and if you don't know, Annie F. Downs also does a podcast called That Sounds Fun, which I listen to sometimes as well. So this was kind of just like an extended podcast for me. I really enjoyed listening to her book, so I'd probably do that again in the future with her other, I think I have 1 or 2 more books that I haven't read from her. But I also did like reading her book, Remember God. But I did also enjoy listening to this in the car. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, I gave it 5. Yeah, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The last book I read, and the most exciting one for me, was Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I think a lot of people have already read this, and I finally got to it. This follows twins, Kath and Ren, and they go to college for their first year. And Ren doesn't want to live with Kath anymore. She wants to find her own independence. And that really throws Kath off. She's very socially awkward, or I don't know if socially awkward is the word, but she has a lot of anxiety and just fear about going into college, which I think a lot of people would. So this follows her as she's learning to navigate college and navigate a new relationship with her sister that she's never had, where before she always leaned on Ren a lot. And now she's trying to figure out what life looks kind of without her, in a sense. Even though they're going to the same college, it's a different relationship than she's ever known. And obviously she meets a boy, and he's great, and it was just so sweet. I loved Eleanor and Park, and so I was really excited about this. I read Carry On before this. I know I didn't realize what I was doing, and I didn't like it as much. I didn't really like it very much. It was just not my thing. But I loved this, and having read Carry On before this was actually an interesting experience because I could like know what's happening and have some sort of background to it. Yeah, but this I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved it, and I almost want to reread it again. The only reason I gave it 4 out of 5 stars is there's some things that didn't work for me, and there's some things that I felt like weren't fleshed out all the way, and I was expecting it to be, and I don't know if I was just misreading it or if she just didn't finish some of the things that she was thinking of starting, or since she originally wrote this for herself, I don't know if like she had storylines that she was just going to keep writing and she just didn't because she finished writing it. I don't know if this is making sense. Yeah, there are some things that didn't work for me in this, but other than that, I really loved it, and it was just a really fun read for me, and I read it really quickly and just so enjoyed it. So I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So those are the books that I read in August. I'm so excited about it. I'm really excited for September. I'm participating in the Scooby-Doo-a-thon. I'm gonna also participate in Contemporary-a-thon at the end of the month, and I have a couple things, read-alongs and stuff I'm doing, and I'm really excited about it. So hopefully September is even a better reading month for me. I'm kind of ambitious about all my TBRs for September, but I'm hopeful that I will get some stuff done. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to make reading like a really top priority for the month of September and to see how my reading does. So I thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments below what you're reading, or if you have TBR videos, I'd love to see them, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys!